to your company? How can you get architects to send you £250,000 plus projects? Because if that's the sort of work that you're going for, we need to be under no illusions really. It's going to be really difficult for you to go direct to clients for that value of project and above that sort of value, because clients generally, their first port of call is they'll go to the architect first, commission an architect, and then the architect will then go and put it out to tender to builders. So if that's the value of project you want, you really need to have a marketing strategy in place to go for those architects. Now, one of the best places to find architects, the best platform, is LinkedIn. That's where they're all sitting generally. So you want to go after them on LinkedIn. So what this video is designed to do is show you 3 steps on how you can find and attract these architects, how you can reach out to them and maximize your chances of getting invited to tender. So this, just to let you know, this training was actually designed by Tyrone Giuliani, a good friend of mine. I haven't thought of this strategy myself. He's worked for some huge companies, and he delivered this workshop, a real detailed workshop for some of my clients back in November. So I just want to share just some highlights of that, so it might help you a little bit as you go forward. So let me just share my screen first of all. Now, as I said, there were 3 steps. Step number 1 is you need to ensure that you maximize and leverage your profile page on LinkedIn. So this is what my profile page looks like. Now, you'll notice on a lot of profile pages, there's a few problems that I often find on my clients' profile pages before they start working with me. One is that they don't have a image or a banner image at the top. So you want to make sure you've got a picture of yourself, because people buy from people. That's step number 1. So make sure you've got a picture of yourself up there so people know who you are. And also have a banner image. Have a potentially one of your projects up there, or something like that, or your logo. Something so people can identify who you are as a company. The second thing you want to do on your profile page is use the About section. So this is the first thing that comes up. This is the first thing that people are reading. So make sure you put plenty of stuff about you. What is your area of expertise? What are your key services? You might go up, our key services are loft conversions, extensions, refurbishments, or new builds, whatever it is that you do, and put that in there, because this is what people are going to read. And also make sure you put the value of the jobs that you're going after. If you want to win yourself £250,000 refurb projects, put that in there. We specialise in projects of a value of £250,000. So that's absolutely key. Make sure you use this area. A lot of people don't, and this is what's going to show up first. What most people do is they just have this area showing, which is their experience, and it will just be about all the previous jobs that they used to have. So yeah, it used to be a paperboy in 1996, and I worked stacking Tesco shelves in 2000s, and they'll just have their experience, all their old jobs. No one wants to see that. No one's interested what you did when you were 16 or 18 years old. So if you're going to use that page at the bottom there, just make sure you replicate potentially what's at the top. Put down what your key services are and what you do. You can use that as your experience page, because that's what people are going to want to read. So that's step number 1 for you. I hope that's nice and clear. Step number 1, leverage your profile page. Make it attractive, because people buy from people and they want to know what you're all about. So we've done that. We've leveraged our profile page. The second step is we've got to go and find suitable architects now, haven't we? So how do we do that? Let me share my screen again. So if I was going to do a search on LinkedIn at the top here, let's just do a search for architect, and we'll get a load of architects that will come up. Now what you want to do is come over to filters, and I've already done a filter on this, but what will happen at the beginning is the first filter you'll see is people. So I would be filtering people that are in my area, first of all. So London, maybe English, and we could do industry, we could do construction or architecture and planning, and we could show results for that. Now, what I also want to do is, first of all, we could just show the results for that. So we've got 17,000 results, so that's absolutely loads. So we're seeing everyone on LinkedIn here who's an architect in London, and there's too many to go for. What we really want to see is who of those are actually active on LinkedIn. What one of those architects are actually on the platform all the time, posting updates, because they're the ones we want to message and attract. So click on all filters, and you can go to posts. And what we want to do is say date posted. We want to see a post that was made in the past month. So we know that this Architect has been on the platform in the past month and updated a post. So now we've got a load of posts from architects. Now what we then want to do is I would get someone in your admin team to start going through this, because there's still going to be ones on here that aren't suitable. So you can start looking through this and picking architects on here that you potentially want to be working with. So I would get a spreadsheet up and look for maybe 10 to 30 architects in a month that you think that's an architect I want to target. I've always wanted to be on their tender list. So get that written down and have your list of architects that you're going to go for. Then what I would be doing, once I've then targeted those architects, I would pick, one of those 10, say. Let's just scroll down a little bit here. So say, for example, I knew that I wanted to work with this company, Red Hat, and Yazir has just started to share that he's got a new position as a principal architect. So what I would then be doing is I would be adding a comment, and I'd say, Yazir, congratulations on your new post. Hopefully we can work with you one day, or something like that. Now, we all know, don't we, that if we receive a comment or a like or anything like that on our social media, especially if it's from someone we don't know, it makes us look at that, doesn't it? We pay attention. All of a sudden, that person's grabbed our attention a bit. So what I would then be doing is, with someone like Yazir, I would then be following him on LinkedIn. If he's actively posting on there, I'll be commenting on all his posts. So congratulations on winning that job. Maybe next time he does an update on a project that he's working on or something like that. So that project looks great, or whatever it is, just start commenting and posting on some of his posts. Once we've done that, we've made ourselves known to the architects, so they now know who we are. But really what we want is we want to get them to send us a tender, don't we? So let's say, for example, we've gone for Yazir and we think I've commented on maybe 3 to 5 of his posts. I would then reach out and try and do a direct connection to Yazir, try and become a first connection of his. So reach out and make that connection. Once that connection's been made, so that's step number 2. So step number 1, we've leveraged our profile page. Step number 2, we've identified architects who are active on the platform, and we've picked architects we're going to go for, and now we're commenting on their posts. The third step is we need to do what's called a pattern interrupt. So we need to make sure that when we send a message to this architect, it doesn't just get lost in the rest of the noise that we find on LinkedIn. I don't know if when you look at your messages, often it's just absolute nonsense and spam, isn't it? And you think, oh, I'm not going to bother replying to that. But we've got a little bit of advantage because Yazir knows who we are now, and he's seen us commenting, so he's more likely to respond to us. But nevertheless, we still want to do a pattern interrupt, and this is step number 3. So when you go and message them directly, what I would be doing is I would potentially go onto their website and either take a picture of their logo, or you would, if one of their posts is on LinkedIn and they've updated one of their projects and put a nice picture of one of their projects up, I'll be going over to that and screenshotting it and saving that photo. And then when you come into messaging in LinkedIn, copy and paste that photo into the LinkedIn message and then comment on it and say, oh, just noticed this project you've done. This looks great. Is this the type of project you regularly carry out? Something like that. This is a massive pattern interrupt because, as we said, all the noise that you see through LinkedIn, it's very rare that you'll see a photo posted in the messages in LinkedIn. So it's something different and it interrupts the pattern. And what it does, it gets you to then engage them in a conversation. Now, there's a lot more involved to this strategy than just that. That's just briefly, I just want to do a quick 10-minute video for you. So they're the 3 things that you're looking at. Tyron, who I said come up with this strategy, we went through a real detailed analysis of how we do this for my clients, and it's something that my mastermind clients are currently working on and having amazing results from. But I just wanted to share those 3 things with you. 1, make sure you leverage the profile. 2, find active architects and users on LinkedIn, and that's who you're going to target and start commenting and liking their posts to get them to know you. And 3, you need to reach out to them directly. Once they accept your connection request, reach out to them with a pattern interrupt, which will engage you in a conversation. So then you can be, then you can ask to go on their tender list. So I hope that helps as a short video. If you'd like to know the full strategy behind this and potentially come up with a strategy for your business on how we could implement this for you, then click on the link below and you can download a copy of the workbook and book in a call with me, and we'll talk about how we can successfully scale your construction business. Hope that helps.